Hi everybody, welcome to Khristina Day. So today we're going to create a layout using my latest product purchase from Khristina, which was the Pink Fresh and Alt New Celebrate collection. If you missed my video on Monday, I don't have a sketch for you this week. That would be because when I dated them all out, I somehow totally missed September 9th, but I have my guest designers all set and I have all the sketches together. So I just decided that we would do something different for today. Also, in case you're wondering, we have sketches for Chamel's Sketches Reimagined until November 4th. So November 4th will be our last Chamel's Sketches Reimagined. But don't fret, I have a plan for what we're going to do after that. Okay, so I decided to use this as my background. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to grab some scraps. And so this photo is a picture of all of the products and all the things we bought every time we went to the farmer's market over the summer. Our local farmer's market closes after Labor Day, so it's over now. But we had some items that we bought that we really, really loved and we would consistently buy every week. And so the last time we went, I made a little tablescape of all of our favorite products and decided I'd do a layout about the things that we bought and loved this summer. I am going to go ahead and fussy cut this 6x6 paper. I want this flower cluster, and I am very quickly running out of flowers. I do have the stamps though, so that's good. We're going to take advantage of those. But my ephemera has been pretty much all the flowers are gone. So I wanted to put flowers on this page. I knew I did, so I had to find something to fussy cut or work with to add a bit more flowers and then to do my stamping. I'm going to keep the little strips. I keep everything from this collection because I do adore it immensely. I am going to use this 6x6 pattern paper as the mat for my photo. I'm not going to make the mat very big. I'm going to make it just a little on the small, just a little mat. The photo already has a white border on it, so I don't feel like I need anything really thick or wide, but I also want to pop something up against that gray pattern paper because I'm going to use that pattern paper as my background. Now, I want to do this layout kind of like a list. So I'm going through the scraps and I'm going to pull 4 patterns that I like, that I think that I can probably use and add some thickers to make my list. So now I'm going to put the rest of the collection off to the side and I'm going to do some stamping. I also fussy cut that cluster of flowers. So I grabbed some white. This is just scraps of paper, all different kinds. It's mostly Cardstock Warehouse, Nina, or Basil Coconut Swirl. Although the Basil Coconut Swirl, not so much. That doesn't tend to be a paper I stamp on much. So it is generally either Cardstock Warehouse or Nina cardstock. So what I'm doing is the floral, one of the stamps that goes with this collection is a colored layered floral. So it has some color added to it. It's beautiful. Both of the stamps that's in this collection are stunning and I love them. I am going to go ahead and layer up and create 5 flowers. I wanted the flowers to really match the patterns and the photo and all that. So I chose Coral Cabana, Orange Peel, Sage, and then I'm going to end up bringing in some green tea and some Bellini ink. Those are all Catherine Pooler ink colors, and I'm going to go ahead and mix and match all of them. I'm just lining up this stamp to get the next layer of ink on. I'm using my small Misty today, not my huge one, because I'm making embellishments. I'm not stamping directly onto my background. And I'm gonna go ahead and just layer up all of these stamps. So I tried to do lighter colors on the bottom, darker colors on the top. Then I kind of mixed and matched them a little bit, and I got some beautiful flowers. They all worked out really good. Now, when I start to stamp them, I can tell you right now that it's going to look really bright and a little mottled, and that's okay because Catherine Pooler is a dye ink, so the ink has to soak into the paper. When it dries quickly, but once it is dry, the color smooths itself out, and ultimately my stamp flowers turn out beautiful. So I'm just gonna go ahead, continue stamping, add the layers of the flower, add the green leaves, and then die cut all of it. And you can see here how beautiful these flowers turn out. So pretty. Some layers I stamped twice, some layers I stamped once. That just gave me a lot of different tones, and so that at the end of the day, my flowers don't all look exactly the same, but they all use the same colors of ink. So now I'm going to get started on my layout. I want to begin by kind of getting a placement or feel of where I want all of these flowers. There's those ones that I fussy cut. And I'm just going to go ahead and start getting things organized. I know I want to use these Scrap and Happy Studio epoxy flares, and I'm just seeing how wide they are. And then I'm going to cut each of those scraps of paper about 1 1/4 inches wide. And I'm just going to use those strips to add what will kind of be my journaling. So over in the Rediscover Your Stash, the Facebook group, we have our product focus of the month, and this month it's words and text. And so I have been being mindful and really trying this month to get more of the Rediscover Your Stash product focus into some of my projects, because last month, was it last month or the month before? Anyway, I kind of been epically failing at making sure to have a couple products and a couple projects and a couple of videos that go with the product in our Facebook group. So I started off thinking that each of these strips are going to have one item. We had 4 items we really consistently bought, and my initial idea was that each item would have a different color and a different font, and we would just, go ahead and make this like crazy colorful. And I got to a certain point right about here, and I decided I didn't like that at all. I decided that what I really wanted to do was to keep this a bit soft. I have the bright colors from my flowers. I don't need more bright colors. And I didn't want so much change in the fonts that it made it a little bit distracting. That was kind of my thought. I am learning as I go through this month and as I make projects with words and titles for the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group, I'm actually learning a little bit about myself. I don't like layouts with lots of fonts. 2 at the most, maybe. So I'm going to pull all of these up, well, most of them. I kept the subtitle. So like the top one says fresh flowers, and one says purple basil, and one says garlic mustard. And but I'm going to take all of the different thickers off, and I'm going to replace them with all of the little pink ones. And I like this look much better. I am going to do a lot of fiddling at the end of this layout, so I'm going to add the pepperoni to the pepperoni rolls, and then across the bottom, I'm just going to spell out Farmers Market Favorites. And so what we're going to have here is a layout that is a little bit lighter, not as heavy, but those flowers pop and the photos pop, and that's really what we wanted for this layout. I love how this turned out. I think it turned out perfect and beautiful, exactly the way it was in my head. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to head over to the shop. You can always use my code, Sarah Scraps, all one word, for a 10% discount in Khristina's shop. And here is all of the beautiful close-ups of my layout. Okay, everybody, I'll see you all again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'm hosting a school hop. It's going to be amazing. So swing back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.